The Temptations band then and now. The Temptations are an American vocal group from Detroit, Michigan, who released a series of successful singles and albums with Motown Records during the 1960s and 1970s. Having sold tens of millions of albums, the Temptations are among the most successful groups in popular music. In the 60s, the classic lineup included Otis Williams, Melvin Franklin, David Ruffin, Eddie Kendricks, and Paul Williams. The group's lineup has changed frequently since the departures of Kendricks and Paul Williams from the act in 1971. Over the course of their career, the Temptations released 4 Billboard Hot 100 #1 singles and 14 R&B #1 singles. Their music has earned 3 Grammy Awards. In 2013 received the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. 6 of the Temptations, Edwards, Franklin, Kendricks, Ruffin, Otis Williams, and Paul Williams, were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1989. In this video we are going to focus on the Temptations then and now. On our channel we feature such videos. Remember to like, comment and subscribe to our channel for such. Otis Williams. Otis Williams is an American baritone singer. He is occasionally also a songwriter and a record producer. Williams is the founder of the Motown vocal group The Temptations, a group in which he continues to perform. He also owns the rights to the Temptations name. Williams rarely sang lead, focusing instead on his role as the group's leader and organizer, and as the background, baritone in the middle. Otis Williams, the sole surviving, original member of the Temptations, turned 80 on October 30th of 2021. Williams is the co-author, a 1988 book that served as both his autobiography and a history of the group. 10 years later, the book was adapted into a NBC television miniseries The Temptations. The Temptations are celebrating their 60th anniversary through 2022. Which released on January 28, 2022, a brand new album, Temptations 60, with nearly all original songs. Melvin Franklin. Melvin Franklin, or his nickname Blue, was an American bass singer. Franklin was best known for his role as a founding member of Motown singing group The Temptations from 1960 to 1994. In 1958, Otis Williams invited Franklin to join his singing group. Franklin joined the group as its bass singer. One of the most famous bass singers in music over his long career, Franklin's deep vocals became one of the group's signature trademarks. Franklin sang a handful of featured leads with the group as well. In addition to singing, Franklin also worked as a voice actor. In 1984, he provided the voice for the character of Wheels in the animated series Pole Position. He also appeared in the movie Sky Bandits in 1986. In the late 1960s, Franklin was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. Franklin also developed diabetes in the early 1980s and later contracted necrotizing fasciitis. On February 15, 1995, after a series of seizures, Franklin fell into a coma and remained unconscious until his death on February 23, 1995 at age 52. Eddie Kendricks. Eddie Kendricks was an American singer and songwriter. Kendricks co-founded the Motown singing group The Temptations, and was one of their lead singers from 1960 until 1971. As a solo artist, Kendricks recorded several hits of his own during the 1970s. Kendricks left Motown in 1978 and moved first to Arista Records, and later to Atlantic Records. Kendricks and Ruffin rejoined The Temptations for a well-received 1982 reunion tour. The group, then a 7-piece act, also recorded a reunion album. Kendricks sang a few lead lines on the song. Ruffin and Kendrick talked about touring on their own and recorded an album as a duo for RCA in 1988. In 1989, Kendrick and Ruffin made plans with fellow former Temptation Dennis Edwards to tour and record. The Ruffin/Kendrick/Edwards project was cut short in 1991, when Kendrick was diagnosed with lung cancer and David Ruffin died of a drug overdose, although Kendrick and Edwards continued to tour for the remainder of 1991. Kendricks died of lung cancer in Birmingham on October 5, 1992, at age 52. Paul Williams. Paul Williams was an American baritone singer and choreographer. Williams was noted for being one of the founding members and original lead singer of the Motown group The Temptations. Williams sang lead on several of the group's songs, and served as the main lead singer during the group's early years. Considered the Temptations' best dancer, Williams served as the group's original choreographer, devising routines for his group and the Supremes. Williams suffered from sickle cell anemia, which frequently brought havoc on his physical health. Williams's voice had become ravaged due to his respiratory illness and alcoholism. which forced Williams to retire in 1971. He was found dead 2 years later as the result of an apparent suicide at age 34 years. David Ruffin. David Eli Ruffin was an American soul singer and musician most famous for his work as one of the lead singers of The Temptations, 1964–68, during the group's Classic Five period as it was later known. Ruffin's first solo single was a song originally intended for The Temptations, My Whole World Ended, The Moment You Left Me, released in 1969. After leaving Motown in 1977, Ruffin recorded for Warner Brothers. He later signed with RCA Records, accompanied by former Temptations colleague Eddie Kendricks. In 1982, Ruffin and Eddie Kendricks rejoined the Temptations for the recording of their album Reunion and a tour to promote the album. After completing a successful month-long tour of England with Kendricks and Edwards, David Ruffin died on June 1, 1991, from an accidental overdose of crack cocaine at age 50. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification button. See you on the next video.